This is John from EZchef Software, and welcome to a demo of this powerful and easy-to-use Excel-based program designed to simplify your day-to-day food and beverage inventory tasks, create and maintain fully costed menu items and sub-recipes, and increase your bottom line profit by proactively managing the cost, price, and sales mix of each item on your menu. EZchef opens to a user-friendly and intuitive main menu, where each task is clearly identified and navigation is simple to perform. Begin using EZchef by importing or manually entering your food and beverage inventory into the program. Each item is associated with a unique inventory category. To ensure these categories are a good fit for your menu, you can edit one or more of the 12 default category names. Edit one or more names and click the Apply Names button. EZchef will make the change and return to the main menu. Now you can go ahead and import your inventory. This can be accomplished in three ways: by direct import from an order guide provided by one of our supported distributors, by copying and pasting your inventory data into a custom Excel template and then importing it into the program, or by entering your inventory items manually. Let's start with the direct import method. If you're a customer of a growing list of national and regional food service distributors, you can purchase a vendor version of EZchef and import a unique list of your restaurant's inventory items with current pricing directly from an order guide obtained from the company. This import procedure can be repeated as frequently as you like to add new products and to automatically update all prices. If you purchase the standard version of EZchef, you can also import your vendor items, but first they must be copied and pasted into a custom-provided Excel template. This template can be exported directly from the EZchef program. Once the template is created, you can copy and paste inventory items from existing spreadsheets or from those made available by your food and beverage vendors. When the data is in the correct format, select each item's category from the drop-down list, and then import the file into EZchef with a single click. While this process is not as simple as the direct import of items from our supported distributors, it does provide a significant time-saving alternative to the third option, manual entry of your inventory items. To manually add inventory, select the item's category from the drop-down list next to the Add Edit Inventory heading. I'll click on the meat and poultry sheet to demonstrate how to manually add a new inventory item. You can either click the Add New button or simply navigate to the first empty row. Type the item name and then tab or use your mouse to move across the row, first selecting the vendor name from the drop-down list. Add a new vendor using the button at the top. Now add the item code and brand, both are optional. Then add the item's pack number, size, and its pack price. The current date will be entered automatically whenever you enter or edit an item's pack price. Now use the drop-down list to select the recipe unit that you'll be using when linking each inventory item to your fully costed menu templates. Use the conversion tool to convert the as-purchased pack size, in this case 20 pounds, to the corresponding recipe unit, in this case ounces. Enter that number in the Convert cell. The program automatically calculates the current recipe unit cost and uses this cost to update all menu items and sub-recipes that link to this item. The yield column is preset to 100%. But you can edit this number to account for any product's weight loss due to trimming or cooking. You can also use an alternate recipe unit, and the program will prompt you to select one or the other each time that item is linked. We're currently in the Recipe Units view, the default view when adding new or editing existing inventory items. Your inventory count units are managed through the Inventory Units view, and you can easily toggle back and forth between these views. From the Inventory Units view, you can establish a par level for each item, and then use the drop-down list to select the count unit you'll use when taking your end-of-month or period inventory. The count unit may be the same or different than the as purchased unit. It's totally up to you how you want to count each product. Now enter the appropriate conversion number to convert the as purchased cost to the corresponding count unit cost. In this case, the as purchased unit is 20 pounds, but the count unit is by the pound. The conversion number is therefore 20. If the count unit is the same as the as purchased unit, then the conversion number is 1. If you'll be counting your inventory by location rather than by category, select a primary and an optional secondary location from the drop-down list. You can edit the 8 inventory location names to mirror the locations these products are stored in your restaurant. EZchef is designed to print your inventory count sheets in advance of taking month or period ending physical counts. From the drop-down list, select the count method you prefer, either by category or by location. The program will print the sheets accordingly. If you're counting by location, you can also create a numbered sort sequence to match the shelf order of items in each location. After you've manually recorded the inventory counts on the printed sheets, input the totals directly into the program. EZchef does all the extensions and provides a running category total. When your recording is complete, enter the inventory date and then save the data by either printing the inventory detail with summary or export the detail to a new Excel workbook where it can be saved independently, emailed as a single worksheet, or even used to enter the inventory counts outside the program file. Then return to the main menu where you can also view, print, or export the latest inventory summary totals by clicking on the Inventory Summary button. EZchef also prints complete order guides for every vendor's products in 3 alphabetical formats, either by product name, by product category, or by primary location. Each order guide includes item codes, the pack number, size, and price, previously established par levels, and room for 6 weekly orders, with an on-hand and order column to manually note each. Print each vendor's order guide weekly and use the sheets to place your orders in an efficient manner, ordering only what you need based on the established par level and the on-hand amount. The core function of EZchef is its ability to accurately cost and continuously update the costs of all your restaurant's menu items and the sub-recipes used as menu item building blocks. You can easily edit the 8 default menu category names to ensure they're a good fit for your menu. Simply enter the new name or names and click the Apply Names button. Each menu section includes 100 templates, 800 in all, and the sub-recipe section includes 200 templates. Let's take a look at an existing menu item to see how it's created. From the Find Menu Items and Sub-Recipes drop-down list, I'll select Entrees, and then the Angus Beef Burger item. When creating a new menu item, you will first enter the menu item name and the item's selling price. The number of portions defaults to 1, but you can change this easily if you're costing an item that yields more than 1 sales portion. The bottom of each template updates the recipe and portion costs along with the cost percentage and the gross margin. If you were beginning with an empty template, you would now begin to add ingredients or sub-recipes one by one by selecting the item's category from the first column and then selecting the item name from the alphabetical drop-down list in the adjacent column. The recipe unit you previously selected in the inventory section will be automatically linked, along with its current recipe unit cost. All you need to do is enter the number of recipe units for each item. In this case, enter 8 for 8 ounces of ground beef. EZchef does the rest by extending the item cost and maintaining the totals. As a time-saving feature, you can also make manual inventory item entries. These entries will not be linked to the inventory section, but using a cost estimate for one or more items is often an appropriate time-saving option, and one that will not significantly impact the item's total cost. You can also document the preparation of each menu item in the text box to the right of the template. Use the Print Recipe button to print each item to its own 8.5 by 11 page. Or select Print from the EZchef header to simultaneously print all items in the menu section with a single click. To delete a linked inventory item from a template, simply double-click on the X. Or use the Clear Recipe button if you want to delete the entire contents of the template and start over. Use sub-recipes as building blocks for your fully costed menu items and as components of other sub-recipes. Then link them the same way you would link a purchased inventory item. From the Find Sub-Recipes section, I'll select the marinara sauce sub-recipe to demonstrate. It's similar to the menu item template with a few subtle differences. First, there's no selling price associated with sub-recipes, as they're not menu items but menu item components. Next, you need to record each sub-recipe's yield. That's the total amount produced based on the batch size you're costing in the template. In this example, the yield is 4.7 gallons, and you would not enter this amount till after the sub-recipe was prepared and the batch was properly measured or weighed. After you enter the yield number and unit, you need to select the recipe unit that you'll use when linking the sub-recipe to your menu items or to other sub-recipes. This might be the same or different than the yield unit. Again, the choice is totally up to you. In this example, the yield unit is gallon, but the recipe unit I selected is cup. I therefore need to convert the sub-recipe's yield, in this case 4.7 gallons, to the corresponding number of cups. Use the conversion tool to assist you in this calculation. After I input the number of recipe units, 75.2, the recipe unit cost will be displayed at the bottom of the template along with the sub-recipe's batch cost. Now let's take a look at the menu analysis feature of the program. This tool is arguably its most unique and powerful feature. EZchef utilizes a technique referred to as the cost margin approach to menu analysis. It's the only method that takes into account each menu item's popularity, its gross profit, and its food cost percentage. The technique is based on the premise that the best overall menu sales mix is one that maximizes your restaurant's total gross profit while simultaneously keeping the food cost percentage as low as possible. In other words, identify and promote those menu items that combine the benefits of high gross profit and low food cost percentage. From the menu analysis drop-down list, I'll select the entree section of the menu to demonstrate. You'll see a graph at the top of the page and a companion table of data below it. The table will be populated by a list of every item previously entered in that menu section. After entering the number of each item sold for a specified time period, information easily obtained from your POS register system, the table will rank each item comparatively and calculate each item's total sales, cost, and gross profit. It will also assign each item to one of the 4 menu analysis categories: primes, standards, sleepers, or problems. But as the saying goes, a picture is worth 1,000 words, and it's the graph where you should focus your attention. The item's food or beverage cost percentage determines how far up or down it's located on the vertical axis. The item's total gross profit, determined by multiplying the number of each item sold times the item's gross profit, determines how far to the right the point is located on the horizontal axis. Items that have both a low cost percentage and produce high total gross profit are referred to as your menu's primes. The standards, often referred to as the steakhouse items, generate high gross profit dollars, but do so with a higher cost percentage than the primes. Sleepers have a low cost percentage, but are typically not very popular, and therefore don't generate high gross profit dollars. Problems, needless to say, have both a high cost percentage and generate low total gross profit dollars. Menu analysis, therefore, reveals specific menu items that might be aggressively marketed, either by menu placement or suggestive selling. It also identifies those items that you may want to de-emphasize or eliminate altogether from the menu. The selling price of other items may need to be increased, while the cost of other items may need to be reduced. Or a combination of both approaches might be a good strategy for a single menu item. The overall strategy should be to use the selling price, cost, menu positioning, and marketing to move items downwards to achieve a lower cost percentage, and to the right to produce higher gross profit. Another way to think of this is to turn sleepers into primes and move standards down closer to the horizontal line. Finally, EZchef summarizes all your menu analysis details for each menu section and for the menu as a whole, including the theoretical or ideal food and beverage costs. With EZchef Software, you can finally take charge of your restaurant's bottom line. What are you waiting for? With EZchef Software, it really is easy.